Hello. Out of practice, I feel, making videos. The fountain pen meetup was the 9th of November. Um, and you know how Brian is like bad for me with ink samples? Like he always brings something that I end up wanting. Well, now I can add TJ and Vivian to that list. I think these were mostly TJ. Octopus fluids. These are two of the newer sheening inks. This one's fairy. This one's dragon. So I only remembered, and then Brian got me with Tono and Lim's old book. I only remembered these three, and then when I was getting ready to do this video, I found these two also from TJ. So Birmingham Pen Company, Triumph Tulip Twinkle, so that's a shimmering, and Colorverse Scorpii Glistening, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. But oh well. I didn't stamp anything out. I'm super low energy. So I'm going to fill these out and then we're going to get swatching. Oh, also, Vivian gave me 3 kind of Traveler's Company style notebooks. I don't know who they're by. It doesn't say anything anywhere. This one's stapled and lined. This one's stapled and plain. I'm moving back into the Traveler's Notebook size in January. And then this one is stitched, so I think it's by someone else, and it's also plain, but I think the paper is less yellow. But anyways, these will be good for a project. I'm starting next year. Yes, I'm planning my next projects when I haven't even finished the previous ones, but I'm getting closer. And then TJ gave me a washi tape that has like pens and inks. I don't know who it's by, but there's a Ferris wheel press and Pilot and what looks like a Waterman style. Yeah. And Vivian gave me this. I'd seen TJ's at the pen show, and I was like, ooh, where'd you get that? And then Vivian said she had an extra one. But look, it's like a really good folder. This is going to be put into use. And isn't that cute? The Coffee Monsters Co. Like, I never kind of went into the Coffee Monsters Co. kind of stuff because I just always saw people wanting something and then it sells out before they can get the something. And I was like, well, I'll never get my crap together in time to get the something. So yeah, that's going to go in my Traveler's Notebook for the new year. All right, now I will pause and write the names out. All right, we are ready. I will do the... Yeah, gosh, I don't know. I'll do the sparkly ones last. Can't remember the name. I'm out of meds. Okay, so Octopus Fluids Fairy Sheen. And I have this in a pen. Should I write with the pen that I have it in? I think I should. Look at this. This is sticking on there really, really well. Actually, I'll write with the glass nib just for, consistency's sake. And then I'll write with the pen. So why'd I close it, you ask? I don't know. Let's see. That skull thing is from Cyan. That's what she was selling at the pen show. Okay, so we've got Octopus Fluids, which I can't spell. Sheening. Fairy. All right, let me pause while I dig. Okay. Right now, it is in this pen, but I may move this into a different pen when it arrives. We shall see. So this is Franklin. Oh, that's the other thing I got. Christoph. 20p, and this is a fine cursive italic. So this was ground by my friend Phil, who's doing nib grinds now. So he did that on my skull nib from Shibui North. Can you see that? Yeah, I seem to be all about the nibs. I'm still all about the nibs. Except for the nib in my Sailor Pro gear. I really hate this nib. It squeaks. I'll put the squeaky video maybe in here so you can see it squeak, but it squeaks. And I was having everybody try it, and everybody was like, what are you talking about? And it easily just could be that I just pressed down too hard with it, and that's making it squeak. But I don't have the problem with my medium fines. This is a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, medium fine, 21 karat. This is my Sailor Pro Gear, medium, 21 karat. Did you hear that squeaking? Gosh darn it. I didn't do this one. We have to do this one. Okay. I'm off my meds. They don't have any. They're gone. I'm not going to have them for like 3 weeks. So me dropping everything, losing everything, it's just going to get 10 times worse. But it is what it is. And so I'm just drinking a buttload of coffee to self-medicate. All right. That's that one. Now, I haven't seen the sheening in writing, but maybe we will on this paper. All right. You know what? Let's do old book before the water gets too nutty. Over here, I may have to fill up another water guy. So I'll leave some room for dragon. This is very pretty. Not as wet as the sheening inks, but you know, that's to be expected. Let me just put a little bit more on here. And maybe a little bit more on there. Stop closing it. It's not time yet. You're probably not going to notice any difference in the chaos. Tono and limbs. Old book. The room that I work in is housing a bunch of books from the archive, and so my office basically smells like an old book. I'm very familiar with old book. All right, now we'll do dragon. Where did I put dragon? Righty-ho. Dang, that's rich. Let's see. All right, well, I did have to reload. All right. So I'm hoping that I can manage to edit this video, because I did some footage in there, but I got somebody who doesn't want to be on camera. So sheening. So I have to edit them out. There will be cuts. I think I could pull it off. Why does this feel like it's a little bit chipped? That's going to peeve me off. I've had this one forever. And I never use glass, so why? Why would it be chipped? I'm going to see what they're... No, it's looking okay. At least on the screen. So I was going to add some light because it's gray out there. All right, so Scorpii, Scorp or something. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Wouldn't that be the perfect color? So if I do end up moving that ink to another... Oh, wow, look at all the sheen. There is sheen on here. All right, let me shake it up again. See if I get some of the shimmer in the writing. Color first. Glistening. And I think the glistening is that new formulation of shimmer that they've got. What's this one called? I've said it 5 times. There's just 2 I's after Scorp. However that's pronounced. Scorpii. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, look at that. That might have to go in there. Even though I was fighting with the shimmer ink recently. All right, so now we're going to do another shimmer. Yeah, it was in my Banu and it just would not come out. It was clogging it, drying out. Drove me nuts. I've uninked it. Oh, I like this color. That's a lot of shimmer. But maybe it's a lot of very thin shimmer. This is going to take forever to dry, I think. Okay, so Birmingham, Pin, Co, Twinkle. And I don't know whether Twinkle's in the name, but I'm just assuming that it's part of the line. Am I getting ink all over me? Feels like it, but I don't see it. Triumph Tulip. I drove a Triumph for like 6 months and I can't hear the word without picturing that car that broke down every time I looked at it. I guess they really work over here in England, but man, in California, where everything, especially where I grew up in San Diego, the joke in San Diego is that everything is 14 miles away from everything else. Yeah, it didn't like that. All right, I'm going to let this dry and I'll be back. All right, I started filming again before I was ready. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so Octopus Fluids. It is sheening in the right. Actually, let me, where's my journal? What have I done with it? It was just here. Where'd I put it? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing the sheen that much on here. I can see it now that I'm going, in the light. But sitting anywhere else in my room, I don't notice the sheening. It's sheening more on this paper. This is OG Tomori. This is Sanzen from 2 years ago. So you can see the sheening on the Weird Gold swatch card. The underlying color, where did I just put that page? Okay. When I write with it, reminds me of Amaranth, but without a ton of the sheen. Diamine Amaranth. What's next? Dragon Fluids. Okay. This is doing, see this like gloopy thing? I don't like that's when I write and that kind of sheening shows up in the writing, which it doesn't seem to be sticking on here. Some inks are sticky and my pages will stick together, some sheening ink. So I've kind of avoided them, but it doesn't look like, you know, when I touch this, that they are sticky. This is what it looks like on the card. I have Tachis Sabi Midori, which is the underlying color is a little bit more green than this, or this is just a brighter green. And then I've got Sailor Yamadori, which is more blue underneath, but these are the only kinds of inks I've got like this. And they don't match at all. All right. Then we've got Old Book by Tono and Limbs. The closest I have to that looks like a SBRE Brown. Does that look close to you on the screen? It looks close to me. Akron. But it looks different on here. Like it's a lot less saturated. I like the color in the writing. It's nice. And then we've got Colorverse Glistening word I'm not going to pronounce. It looks like, I can't tell what color shimmer that is. It's like, I see it a little bit in the writing, but not too much. It's just like a salmon color ink with either a silver or kind of like a looks like it might be holographic shimmer. I don't really have anything close. I've got Aphrodite, which is just like more of a dusty pink, not as salmony. I've got Maple, which is more of a kind of reddish orange. I don't have anything close. And the Birmingham, all that shimmer. That's a lot of shimmer. I would be tempted to just go and then leave it. The underlying color looks a lot like Journal This Laugh and Dare, but you can't see that underlying color anymore in here, but trust me. I'm an ink doctor. No, I'm not. I'm not an expert. Not an expert on any of it. But there you go. There is all the ink swatches that I brought home, even though every time I go I say I'm not going to bring any home. But they get me every time. And then this was the one I was like, oh, am I ever going to use that? And then when I held it against the other pin, I'm like, yeah, you are. You're going to use it. All right. Thank you to all the people who gave me ink samples and folders and inserts. Thank you, my friends. Bye.